Yo, walk one. Tish your boy, Jeton, Legendary, and we are here with some Skyrim. Here's why. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. A whole bunch of Warcraft related items. Now, I uploaded a video like this back in the day, but I messed up in that video after I realized after a while there was a great editing error and I forgot a couple of items. But we are back in action, and it just so happens that this is going to look a whole lot better because I had got a graphics pack since then. I mean, I had one then, but this one's way better, as you could tell. We already got a couple of Warcraft items on. Now, this is just going to be really to showcase the weapons. I have too many of those little knick-knack items, and we'll be here for the next 60 years if I show you all those too. So this is just going to be about the weapons. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I upload all things Warcraft, and in rare cases like now, Warcraft related. Okay. Check out all the links in the description. You might find some stuff you might like. And check out the new merch. That crap is mad swaggy. But with that being said, let's go see all these dang weapons, man. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okie dokie. We're gonna start just like before, where we start in our war room, because this is where everything is. Now, as you can see with this graphics pack, it's a little bit darker in here, but I can fix that with touch of a button. We have light. Let there be light. As you can see, there's a multitude of Warcraft items in this dang room. Some not, some are. With that being said, let's start on, I guess we can start on this side right here, with these two little daggers, or three. We have the Shard of Azzinoth. Okay. This right here, we all know and love. This was a very powerful dagger in its time. It used to spawn a big green guy who would come out and get to smacking on people. That crap was legit. I loved it then, still love it now because it's a great looking dagger. This comes from Black Temple, of course, off of Lydian himself. This was a lovely dagger. You saw this joint drop right here. Every rogue wanted it, man. Even if they didn't main daggers, you feel me? And right next to that, we have the Entrail Disgorger and the Runic Manaroth Tooth. Two weapons that come from the good old classic Firelands. Good old Cataclysm right there. Don't even get me telling you what bosses these came from, because if I said so, I'd be lying. I just know they come from Firelands. This thing, ugly as fuck. This thing is alright. But they're both Warcraft, so they had to be here. You feel what I'm saying? And their little display cases, as you can see. You come on over here to the back side, and back here you have more, well, 4 legendary weapons. 3 actuals, 1 epic. Starting from this side, we got the Shadowmourne. Now this thing right here, hold on, let's go ahead and turn the bonus light off so you can really get to look at the thing. 4K textures, baby. Look at them dang textures. Okay, big Shadowmourne activity. Right next to that, we got the Thunder Fury, which also has lovely 4K textures. Look how clean that is. Thing is gorgeous. And you have the Quel Delar, which also has wonderful 4K textures. Look at how pretty that is. And you have the Warglaive of Azzinoth, which does not have 4K textures because it is a very old mod. Now, you know what I'm saying, with these 4 weapons here, okay, go ahead and give you a little bit of history on each. The Warglaive of Azzinoth, you're getting that out of Black Temple, okay, just like the green dagger, hence why it looks practically the same. It was a special weapon. This was a true legendary. Every warrior, every rogue wanted their hands on this. If you were a rogue and a warrior, you needed that in your life, okay. Special weapon. At a 4% drop rate, as well as its twin blade. This is the offhand because it sits in the proper direction. Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. And the other one sits in the other direction, so it'll be backwards and it'll be colliding with the Quel Delar, which we don't want, of course. I mean, look at it, dude. Now, the reason why the textures ain't as clean is because it's old as fuck. This is one of the first mods I had ever got when I started playing on Skyrim on PC for the first time ever back in like 2014, I think. 2015 maybe. I don't remember the direct year, but it was pretty dang early. And right here we got the Quell Delar. All these 3 weapons are made by the same person. That's why they all got those incredible 3D 4K textures. Made by the same guy, John Skyrim. The Quell Delar. You know what sucks about the Quell Delar? Okay. That's a sword I've been hunting for years. You know I've never gotten it on retail, ever. But back in the day on Lich King Classic, I did. On a completely random dungeon run. I just decided to do a dungeon just because. It dropped and I won. I'm not gonna lie, I was more disappointed than I was happy. Because it's like, dang, this is cool and all to get it on Classic, but what about retail? Where I actually tried to go out of my way to grind for the dang thing. Then we have the Thunder Fury. The first Thunder Fury I ever got was on Jadam, of course, my oldest rogue. It took 2 years because I think the right half, whichever half comes off of Gar, it would not drop for crap. I was running it weekly on the dot. Never would drop until a whole 2 years. It took all of Cataclysm to get it. Not because it was hard, but because it just wouldn't drop. It would not drop. Then we have the Shadowmourne. I have 3 characters with the Shadowmourne. This comes out of Ice Crown, of course, as most of y'all know, unless you're here watching this from Skyrim. This comes from Ice Crown Citadel. You gotta get this through a quest line, much like this one right here. You get it through a quest line. What happens is there's a bunch of bosses that drop ice crystal shard joints, right? And you need 50 of them total. You can run Ice Crown every week. Every boss drops these crystals, like 1 to 3 crystals, I think at best. I got this thing on 3 characters, okay? There's a rare mount that drops from the raid that gets you this axe. You know, it never dropped for me until if you're watching this from Skyrim, you ain't gonna know. But if you're here on the channel, then you might know. There's a guy on my channel. He's the guy. He is the guy. Alright, his name is Torment. Okay. One time during a live stream, he was like, "I'm gonna join you in the raid and watch. It'll drop instantly." And what the fuck happened? He joined me just because, and it dropped. The mount dropped. Now, if you don't play Warcraft, you're probably thinking, what does it take to get 3 Shadowmourns? A lot of fucking time. So much time that there's no way in the world I ain't get that dang mount. Until he got in there just because. Okay. I wasn't disappointed in that case though, because I've been hunting for that mount for a long time. Right over here, we have some more magical weapons, 2 gargantuan hammers. Okay. I don't know why they're this big, because they're not this big on Warcraft, that's for sure. We have the Sulphurous, the Reclaimed Hand, which is a remake, as you can see. And then we have the Black Hand. Now let me go ahead and show you the sheer size of these things. Okay, if you don't play Skyrim, this is Aaliyah here. She is a Red Guard. Okay, Red Guards stand in at about 5'10", so she's not a small lady. Yet these hammers are dwarfing the crap out of her. Okay, I don't know why they so dang big. I don't know why he made them so big, but when you actually equip them, they're not this big. This also has amazing 4K textures, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous, clean. It's a remix of the one from Cataclysm with a little bit of the one from, you know, the original vanilla. And then we got the Black Hand, a hammer I still do not have to this day, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just forget about the raid, I really do. I don't be remembering. It's a great looking hammer though. You get this from one of the raids in Warlords of Draenor. I don't remember the name of the raid because I never actually did it very many times. And then for the Ragnaros hammer, you can either get the Cataclysm variant from Ragnaros, or you can do the semi-quest line or building blacksmith with it by grabbing pieces. You have to make the regular variant of the hammer. Then you grab all the pieces and whatnot, and then Ragnaros himself has the chance at dropping the core, which you can use to turn your regular variant of the hammer into the legendary variant of the hammer. This has the color of the regular variant, but the ruins of the legendary variant. Then the one from Cataclysm is the newer variant, which this is mostly based off, I would say. Alright, with that being said, let's move on over. We have not really a Warcraft weapon, but Warcraft-inspired weapon. This Alliance shield. Hold on, I almost clicked the dang mannequin on accident. Okay, let me go ahead and turn the booster light off. It's an Alliance themed shield. It is very clean. Look at those textures. Alright, well made. It is beautiful. It's not meant to look like anything in Warcraft. It's just inspired. This mod, if I'm remembering correctly, has like 6 different variants. They got Lordaeron, a Wrathor, a whole bunch of different humanoid clans. Then we move on to an actual couple of creations here. Go ahead and turn that light on. Right here we have the Glornzelg, High Blade of the Silver Hand. Now you might be looking at it and you're like, well, that don't really look like the Glornzelg, in which you would be correct, but the person that made it actually made a very good point. They said they don't really understand why the second most powerful two-hander in all of Wrath of the Lich King is a remake. What the heck was that? Is a remake of already existing weapons. Which I agree with them. It is the second most powerful weapon. The only reason the Shadowmourne is more powerful is because it's a legendary, so it has a specialty booster. This thing, the Glornzelg, does the exact same DPS and damage, if I'm remembering correctly. So I agree with him. So this is his custom take on it. Okay, it is pretty dang clean. Then up top we have this old school shield. Some of y'all might remember that, with a saucy made variant of the Death Knight gear. Okay. Now this shield is made to look just like the actual shield in game. The gear is the Death Knight gear. I forget which tier this is. I think one of the Wrath of the Lich King tiers. But they made it all saucy. You know what I'm saying? I had to download it because it also came with an axe, which you will see shortly. Then we got the Doom Hammer. As you can see, absolutely gorgeous. Them 4K textures. Gotta have them 4K textures. Can't be nothing less than. You know what I'm saying? Can't be nothing less than 4K, baby. I use that on my Shaman character, which just so happens to be Deja, which you guys will see soon, somewhere in the future. Then we have one of the finest shields in the entirety of Warcraft, and that is the Bulwark of Azzinoth. Same place you get those for my Skyrim players. That's this joint right here, and this joint right here. That shield comes from the same place off the same boss, Elidian. He also drops this absolutely stunning shield. Go ahead, close that up real quick. We actually cannot close this. As you can see, the sword doesn't even fit, but I needed a place to put it, so I probably could have put a smaller weapon in it. I didn't think about it till now. I do have smaller weapons. And we have another shield. This is a smaller variant. As you see, that shield was much bigger but more plain. As for this one is slightly smaller, but it's got more design to it. You know, Alliance themed shield is real fancy, real special, real fancy there. Oh, I'm about to wastegate past these weapons. We have the Zoid's Firelit Hilt and the Soul Cleaver. Now these two weapons right here, we got Firelands again, and we got Black Temple again, but this doesn't drop off the last boss like the other one did. Soul Cleaver, one of my favorite two-hander axes in the game. It is a massive, simple, and just bright yellow, and it glows. The glow is, it pulsates. Darkens, and then it lightens, and then it darkens, and then there's a black variant, which looks even better from the PvP side. That is Season 3, I believe, from back in Burning Crusade, of course. Then Zoid's Firelit Hilt. This comes out of Firelands. This is, let me turn off the booster light real quick. This is, these are also super old, so as you can see, the textures aren't the cleanest. But I mean, these were some of the first mods I had ever downloaded when I first started playing Skyrim on PC, so I ain't give a crap at the time. I was just happy to see that people were making Warcraft weapons on Skyrim. I was not worried about the textures. I'm like, hey, I want those immediately. Then we come over here and we have some more weapons from that same pack, except for this one right here and this. So the axe here, Great Axe of the Ebon Blade, that comes with this mod. The mod that gives you that gear. And textures are okay. It's not the greatest. but like I said, it was a Warcraft weapon, so I wanted it. We got Cataclysm's Edge, which comes from Mount Hyjal, off the last boss, Archimonde. Textures ain't the greatest, but it is very old, the same that came from these. And the Baleful Greatsword, which is, I believe, is a Warlords of Draenor mod? Or what? A Warlords of Draenor weapon? This was a PvP weapon, if I'm remembering correctly. And then right next to that, we got the Frostmourne. This was Lydia's weapon. I don't know where she at. She's somewhere upstairs. But I'm like, nah. I want to put this in the crib with the rest of the Warcraft weapons. That's why it says Legendary on the side, because it's modified. Doesn't look like it because it only says 45 damage, but that's because Aaliyah here is a dual wielder, so she does not excel with two-handers. Cataclysm's Edge, I mean, one of the best looking swords in all of Warcraft, simple. The Great Axe of the Ebon Blade, this was the main one I always chose just because it looked amazing. Baleful Greatsword, I didn't do a whole lot of PvP on any two-hand users during Warlords of Draenor, so I honestly did not recognize this thing the first time I downloaded this mod pack. And then we have the Frostmourne, the Lich King's sword. Okay. So we got the Shadowmourne. He had the Frostmourne. So, and for my non-Warcraft players, on Warcraft, you could only receive the Shadowmourne because it's the lesser power. The Frostmourne is what corrupted the Lich King. So you can't have a bunch of people running around with Frostmournes, because then that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. You feel what I'm saying? There's a guy, an orc man named Ner'zhul. His soul was trapped in the sword, and then Arthas wanted the power because he got power hungry over something. I'm not super big on the lore. And then Ner'zhul started taking over him. So Ner'zhul can't take over 60,000, 70, 80, 100, a million people, you know what I mean? However many people got their hands on the Shadowmourne. So, where it comes down into the lore was the Lich King had somebody make another powerful blade, which was the Shadowmourne, where of course Ner'zhul wasn't in the Shadowmourne. It's just a really powerful blade that collects the souls of whoever you kill. They can't infect the user though. They can empower them. That's what the Shadowmourne does when his joint pops. When its specialty pops, it gives you a crap ton of strength. Death Knights, Paladins, and Warriors were the only people who could use it. Or not were, they still are. Nobody else could use the jump. Alright, let's make our way upstairs. Oh, there's Lydia. So this used to be Lydia's weapon. Okay. But, you know what I mean? She excels with one-handers and a shield. So I'm like, let me go ahead and give her one-hander back. Which, as you can see, she got a cool little dagger. She kind of swagged up right now, you know what I mean? She swagged up. You know what I mean? Usually my character's the only character who will be wearing the saucy fits. And then we got Serena over there in her vampire fit. My character's the only one that gets to wear saucy fits, though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. With that, we got the Maulsworn Sword, dude. Now, I'm gonna keep it a hundo with you. I did not do a lot during Shadowlands. So when I first downloaded this mod, I'm like, what sword is that? But I only recognized it because it said Maulsworn. When I first downloaded this though, I did not recognize that it was a Warcraft weapon. I just thought it was a cool looking sword. So I'm like, oh, I want that. I'm gonna download it. But then when I saw the Maulsworn, I'm like, Maulsworn? Why does that sound familiar? I'm like, this is a Shadowlands weapons? There's like 5 other colors you could get. I chose the silver one though because it matches the walls with the red handle. You can get a gold one, a dark bronze-ish one, this one, and then another color. So boom, there you go. Your boy didn't even know it was a Warcraft weapon. I just downloaded it because it looked cool. Until I realized the Maulsworn. I'm like, wait, that's Warcraft. Aha. Go ahead, pop that open. We have the XIV's Mutilator. Not sure why this person called it that, because this is not Final Fantasy. This is Season 3 World of Warcraft back in the day with Burning Crusade. As you can see, it looks just like the green dagger. That's because back in the day, they used to do 2 sides of every item. So for PvE gear, it was an orangish color. For PvP gear, it was a darker bluish color, sometimes purplish color, depending on the character. Same with the weapons. So like I said, with the gold axe we were just looking at down there, there was a black variant. That's the same as this. The green dagger, which you just saw with the black and gold. You got this one, which is dark blue, dark bluish purple. The bronze-ish colored lines with the black. This was PvP right here. Every rogue had their hands on this. If they was an ambush rogue, you needed this dagger as a PvPer. Unless you were just like me and you just wanted a power build to make your character as powerful as possible, which is risky business. But for a rogue, it works because you have so much control over the majority of the people you're fighting. So I personally did not mind rocking PvE gear. I think that is it upstairs. We have to take to the basement. Take me to the... Hold on, check out Serena's fit. You know what I mean? She clean too. Her little vampire fit, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. Like I said, my character's the only one that rocked the saucy fits, as you can see. I ain't never shy with having my characters in whatever I want them wearing. I mean, look at all my Warcraft characters. It ain't too much different. Now, here we have the High Warlord's Great Claymore and I said it backward, the Grand Marshal's Claymore and the High Warlord's Great Sword. Man, y'all know these, man, classic PvPs. These are remodels, though, as you can see, they're a little bit more decadent, more Overwatch looking. I had to get them. When I saw that these were an option, I'm like, I need those immediately. They may not be one-to-one recreations, but they don't have to be one-to-one. I'll take 1-2. You feel what I'm saying? And they look absolutely immaculate. Gorgeous, gorgeous weapons. I just recently did a photo set on Deja where I was making her look like a warrior. And I kind of thought about it. I'm like, why did I not use Raimundo, who is a warrior? One of these days, I'll retake him with Raimundo. In the meantime, we gotta head to the basement, because that's where the rest of the Warcraft weapons are. As we make our way down, as you can see straight off the bat, we have the Ashbringer and the Ash Condor. Now, I put these two together on purpose because they both have Ash in their name, so it was only made the most sense. Go ahead and give you a close look at them. Great graphics, great textures. The person that made these, they put their love into them. These are handmade, especially this one. So the people really took the time. Now, believe it or not, I'm gonna keep it a hundo with you. I ran the absolute crap out of Blackwing Descent with my old guild at the time. Man, I mean, look. I ran the crap out of Blackwing Descent because it was really good for making gold at one point, extremely good actually. And then my old guild, we used to run it like crazy back in Cataclysm. I ran Blackwing Descent as a source of money all the way up until they nerfed the amount of gold the bosses dropped. They used to drop 230 to 250 per boss in every Cataclysm raid. So I used to grind that crap to make really good gold. You know, I only just recently, with the download of this mod, probably 2023, realized that this was an actual sword within the game. When I downloaded, I'm like, why do they call it the Ash Condor? It's Ash Condi. But then I was like, wait, it looked ever so familiar though. Man, I type it in, boom, it's a dang sword. I'm like, I ain't never seen this dang thing before. But at the same time, I have. Self-consciously. It's when you see something, but you don't really see it. But then you remember you saw it. Then you're like, you don't know where you saw it from. For the longest, I did not realize that this was a weapon in the game. Keep it 100 with you, boy. Well, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Then we come over here and we got a whole bunch more. Let's start here, though. Look at these blades. We got the Apocalypse, Corrupted Ashbringer, the Exalito, the Armageddon, and the Kingsmorn. There's another Morn. We got the Frostmorn, Shadowmorn, Kingsmorn. Now, I just showed you the textures on the Ashbringer. This person, they hand make their stuff. Is crazy. But as you can see, the textures. Oh, not that one. The textures on this, see how it's the same? Then the textures on this one. Oh, not that one. This one. They hand make these dang weapons. The Stromkar. Oh, I'm wayscaping. I'm wayscaping. I'm wayscaping, baby. Hold on. We got the fucking Apocalypse, which comes from the Mage Tower back in Legion. I'm gonna keep it a hundo with you. Okay, let's go to photo mode real quick so we can really see the blades better. I'm gonna keep it a hundo with you. I, for the longest time, did not realize that this was a Mage Tower weapon. I have this sword, and I don't know how. I didn't do any of the Mage Tower stuff. I ain't do a lick of the Mage Tower stuff. But you know what? My sister had mad people that she used to talk to on Warcraft back in the day. She probably did. They probably ran her through one of those, whatever the frick the Mage Tower is. And that's how we got that. Who the heck is it? One of the subscribers here, one of the common subscribers here, he be talking about how he wish he would have got that stuff. I'm like, I got the stuff. I don't even know how. It was probably my sister. Okay, the Zalato MOP weapon. The eyeballs be moving, as you can see. They actually move. I have all variants of this axe as a transmog on Warcraft. We got the Armageddon, one of the greatest looking two-hand swords in all of Warcraft. And then we got the Kingsmorn, a rare variant of the Shadowmorn, or the King's Blade. This is King Varian Rend. This was his sword in Shadowlands when he got corrupted or something like that. One of them got corrupted, either him or his son, I don't remember who. See it glowing? It's glowing and stuff. Then there you go, you know what I mean? We come over here to this side. This view's a little hard. This view from I can't get close enough. We come over where the light ain't. I mean, I can get closer, but I don't have enough light. Actually, matter of fact, I just realized that that's a good idea. Just move her toward it. And then go to photo mode. I didn't even think about that. I should have been doing that the whole time. Okay, the Kingsmorn, or not the Gorehowl, and we have the Stromkar. So the Stromkar was a specialty weapon back in Legion for the Arms Warrior. It was the anti-troll weapon. And by anti-troll weapon, I don't mean like killing people who like to troll and think they're funny. I mean killing like trolls. It was anytime you would pull up with this thing around any dungeon where there's trolls, it would all start running in fear. I'm not even lying. If you have an Arms Warrior or a warrior of any sort, pull up to the Legion zone, get this sword real quick, and go to any troll spot that's in Legion, I believe. And they will straight up start running if they see you with that dang sword. Then we have the Gorehowl, which was gorgeously made. Yeah, I could really get close to the textures now. I couldn't get this close when I was using her. I think about it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dang good textures right here. Holy crap, it looks immaculate. Now this right here is one of my favorite axes. I freaking love the Gorehowl. It is fancy. It is a fancy weapon. Okay. I had to have it back when I seen it back in the day. And then over here, we have a whole lot more weapons, my good people. We have the Ebon War Axe, which is a little tiny because I grabbed the one-hander on accident. So, there you go. Let me go ahead and show you those absolutely amazing textures real quick. Actually, matter of fact, I think most of these have great textures, except for the Shattered Ashbringer. 4K textures, okay? If you could get it in 4K, you gotta get it in 4K. Alright? That's just factuals. You feel me? If there's an option of 4K, you get that joint in 4K, no matter what. There you go. We got the Shattered Ashbringer, which graphics, texture-wise, look pretty dang terrible. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This is in the same pack as the other weapons that have bad textures. But at the time, I didn't really give a crap. I mean, I don't give a crap now because these are the only variants of these weapons you can get. As you can see, the textures are horrific. But it was the only thing like it. So I had to have it at the time. This was a long time ago. Okay, so. Right next to that, just like the shields we looked at earlier, we have a Warcraft-inspired weapon. It's not actually in Warcraft, it's just inspired by Warcraft. Pretty dang decent textures, just like the shield. Can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It is a clean bow. It is a decently strong bow, too. So you can actually make good use of it if you decide to download it for your character. There you go. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, for the shelf, we have the Ray Shalair. Okay, or however you say it. Ray Shalair Death's Whisper. This is, what's her name? The elf lady that had plot armor for a really long time. She's the undead queen. The Banshee queen. I forgot her dang name. Sylvanas. This is Sylvanas' bow. You can actually obtain this on Warcraft, of course, because this is a remake from the Warcraft variant. Or not a remake, it's an import, I mean. Face this way so we can actually see it a bit better. I was trying my best to flip it over, it just would not flip for crap. So, unfortunately, we gotta look at it facing the wrong dang direction. Of course, oh, actually, I can go into the wall pretty well. Got the little skulls on the front. It's a great looking bow. I still have not gotten it because I haven't gone back to do any Shadowlands stuff, but one of these days I will. One of these days, whenever I got time, which will probably go on the weekends, I will. Okay? When I do, I gotta collect a whole lot of Shadowlands gear because the Shadowlands has some of the best looking freaking gear, dude. And then in the back, we have a couple more weapons. My good people, the last two weapons. That is another legendary and a legendary looking weapon. We have the Awakened Inferno and the Fire Alath, the Dream Render. Okay. This is last expansion's legendary weapon. A crazy looking bright colored axe. I do not remember what that thing does. It looks pretty dang great though. I'm keeping it 100 with you. It looks pretty great as you can see. A great looking axe. I ain't disappointed in it. And then we have the Awakened Inferno, which is a Warlords of Draenor special. I forgot how you get this thing, but I think it was part of like some little competition joints you could do back in the day. There was crazy looking pole arms, gear, all kinds of fancy stuff. Now, if I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Warlords of Draenor, your boy was doing a lot of PvP. Maybe a little too much PvP. I did very little in the open world. I just didn't care for what was going on in the open world of Warlords of Draenor. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. The PvP was pretty dang great, and that's pretty much all I did. I did very little. So I genuinely don't know a whole ton about PvE when it comes to Warlords of Draenor. I just know this and a couple of other weapons were a part of some like specialty thing you could do. Yeah, that's about the most I remember of that. Yeah, that's about the best I got. It was some kind of competition joint you could do, kind of like the Mage Tower in Legion. One expansion afterwards. Which I'm pretty sure that's what they based it off of, because Warlords of Draenor had it first. Not the Mage Tower directly, I don't think. But something similar too. And this sword and a bunch of other weapons came from it. It's a dang great looking sword. It's huge if I'm remembering correctly. That's one of them weapons that dwarfs your character. But that is pretty much it. Outside of her little knick-knack items, which I said we can't really do that because we'll be here for like the next 60 years. With that being said, my good peoples, that is all the Warcraft items I have on this little lady right here. Big old Warcraft weapon collection. With that being said, folks, it's time for us to get up on out of here. And by us, I mean y'all, because I got some more videos to record. Trying to get these Skyrim joints out the way real quick because they're going to take a whole lot longer to render than the Warcraft videos will. With that being said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, share it to people who join Legendary Clan Sports and become legendary. I do all things Warcraft and sometimes Warcraft related. I'm out of here, dude. Alright, I thought it was going to fade to black. I guess not. I guess now it will.